So Leigh Beattie, your academy staff's been bolstered with 2 new faces. First of all, talk about strength and conditioning coach Chris Chapman, who's joined the club.
Yeah, Chris has joined us. He's got experience with the Dewsbury first team, and I know a lot. He works alongside Glenn Morrison. He's also worked at Sheffield. I think he played a little bit at Sheffield as well. He's been a great addition. He's brought something new to the strength and conditioning department. So he's like it's another face. He takes a little bit off Adam, and it just bolsters us as staff. And it's what's needed at the minute as well.
It'll be quite important, the strength and conditioning side of it, if any of the under 18s are called up for the reserves. With it being quite a thin squad overall this year, they might get a call up to the reserves and they'll need to be ready for some quite physical battles as well.
Yeah, it is. He works. Obviously, he works. He puts a programme together. I think he just finished Adam's blocks, but now he's got his own running into season. But it also works under Adam as well, and he ties in well with Adam. So that transition is fairly smooth. So. Hopefully that'll work out.
And Paige Costello's on board as nutritionist. What were the thoughts behind getting a nutritionist involved?
It's something we've looked at for a bit now. I think it's something that's needed. She's coming into to do a scholarship as well in the academy, so the academy getting a full breakdown, skim folds to get the full diet plans together, and she's going to monitor them throughout season from now till end. It's something that's massive in game. It's massive for us to take our club forward as well. She's also going to do some lessons with a scholarship with the 15s and the parents as well, because ultimately they cook for them. So it's a bit of education there for them boys as well, which will help them moving forward as well. Obviously nutrition and recovery and things like that is massive in our game.
Another example of the club trying that extra 2% out of the players, try to find that extra level to take the players, to that next level and get them ready for the first team.
Yeah, we are. We've just added that little bit extra, and it's something that's been needed over the last couple of years. It just gives us a bit else, and it shows. Yeah, again, the club investing well in his academy as well. It's going to take his academy players and hopefully get them to that next level, to reserves, then the reserves to first team, or maybe straight to first team. Certainly with the S&C we've got in place now and the nutrition. That's going to help massively in that development and progression.
And over a month into pre-season, how's everything shaping up so far?
It's been great. The lads have really dug in. Like it's the second month now. Comes to Christmas break. It's been pretty intense for them. Lily's doing a lot of work in here. It's been first month of sort of weights and off feet, and this month I've upped it a little bit on the field. So we've done a bit of field work and a bit of running con in there as well, along with the weight. So it's been pretty intense for them. And it's like tonight, you've gone round tonight, and it's pretty tough for them tonight. So they've got Hills on Saturday, and then it'll be Merry Christmas, and we'll see them after Christmas.
There's a lot of younger lads involved, but there's a real camaraderie around the place, and a lot of leaders sort of stepping up and being quite vocal and helping the players along as well. Yeah,
it's something that they've talked about and we've talked about, and yeah, the second years now were quite quiet last year in the 19s, and obviously it's changed to 18s. They've started to talk, they've started to lead a little bit now, and they're starting to come out of the shells a little bit, and they're starting to look like the senior players. Some of the young ones have come from Mark's team have really caught my eye in that department as well. They talk, and they're massive. They've got some real enthusiasm and injection of enthusiasm there that sparks a few others up as well.
And as obviously you're in head of youth role as well now, you've been working alongside community clubs a lot closer in the last few months. Is that something you're looking at doing more of in 2020?
Yeah, we're starting to look at building partnerships. We're working closely with Ryan Unkin, who's obviously stepped into the 16s role. So we're looking to really step up that communication between clubs and what we see if we can offer them any help and assistance in that. So we're going to invite clubs here to train after Christmas on a Monday night, and they're going to do a bit of teach, and they're going to do a bit on mats, and we'll invite them and show them a little bit what we're about and what to expect, and we're going to do that. I'm going to offer that throughout Bradford and Keighley as well, throughout our area.